City Series cigars and Citrus 7s, black cement 3s, 4s, the hairs and bread 11s. No doubt that I'll be wearing some fire at any sighting. With these Dorenbecker 5s, you can see me in any lighting. It's exciting, I'll be flexing to the coldest degree.
What's up, everybody? Sneakerhead M Checks. I just picked up these 2021 Cool Gray 11s scheduled to release Saturday, December 11th. So we're going to take a close detailed look at these from all angles. And throughout the video, I'll be comparing these to the 2010 release as well as the original pair from 2001. Then towards the end, I'll discuss my opinion on these as well as release some reselling predictions. So let's get right to it.
That patent leather is shining. It's a little darker than it was on the 2010 pair. And as far as my 01s, these are so yellow that you honestly can't even tell like what shade of gray the patent leather part was originally. But I'm pretty sure that this gray on the 2021s is slightly darker than it was on the 01s before they got all yellow. Lace is the same year to year. They look the same there. They look the same here. Now this tongue, the material on it is really soft and flexible. Like it's very, it's very what's the word I'm looking for? I guess flexible is the word I'm looking for, but yeah. And here's how they look beside each other. We got 2021, 2010, and 2001. This is actually the first pair of Cool Gray 11s ever to release with the higher patent leather cut on them. I feel like a lot of people either don't know this or just tend to forget that the Cool Grays was not an original Jordan 11s colorway. First time Cool Grays came out was in 2001, which was after Jordan Brand changed the patent leather cut on Jordan 11s. So if you look over here at my 01 pair, you see how they have that low patent leather cut right here? 2010s, it's not quite as low as it was on the 01s, but it's still pretty low. Then in 2016, when they re-released the Space Jams, they started putting the higher OG 1995, 1996 cut on the patent leather like they did on the original pairs. So that's why this is the first time that Cool Grays are getting it, because they weren't a part of the 1995, 1996 set. The 2001 pair didn't have the higher cut, so this is why they're getting it for the first time now. Now, if you look over here at the Jumpman, it's also giving OG 11s vibes. And the reason I say that is the stitching. See how the stitching looks like pretty flat? If you look at the Jumpman on the 2010 pair or the 2001 pair, the way they stitched them, it kind of pops out a little bit more. There's like a little bit more bulge. But if you look at the 2021 pair, they have that flatter looking stitching. And if you look at any Jordan 11s from 1995 and 1996, you'll see that they're stitched more like this, where it just looks flat, as opposed to them popping out like they do on these and these. I know 2019 Breads, 2016 Space Jams, I believe 2018 Concords also have that flatter stitching to give the 95, 96 vibes. The material on these feels pretty similar to the way it does on the 2010 pair. It's a little bit softer on these, but you won't notice much of a difference. Here's your view from the side. And here they are, all next to each other. Just so I can see the family tree. Yeah, these are nice. I have little to no complaints yet. You can actually see that patent leather cut difference even more on this side of the shoe. See how high it is on the 2021s, and then the 2010s it's a lot lower, just on the, pretty much the whole, this whole side. Same thing with the 2001s. 2010s are actually really low, especially right over here. It's pretty low. Then these, it's high, especially right over here. It's really not that much space, whereas like these two, you see you have a little bit more space right here, I'm right over there. Here's the back. If you're really looking for a difference, the 23s back here are slightly different than they were other releases, but you can't even tell unless you sit them like real close. So like, look, we're gonna put the 2010s right here, 2001s right here, and if you look at them, I mean, it's very minor differences. Like, it seems to be a little bit smaller almost on the 2021s. Mind you, these are the same exact size, both 9.5. So the 23 looks like it has a little bit more space in between the lines or something like that. This seems like slightly bigger or slightly stretched out compared to the 2021s. And if you look at them next to the 01s, it's kind of the same thing. Like, I feel like they put a little bit more space in between the lines on the originals and the 2010s, whereas here it's a little bit more tight. But like I said, it's really minor. So you got the usual tag on the back side of the tongue. I know it's kind of tough to see with the lighting, but it says quality basketball products inspired by the greatest player ever. Inside is all gray, and so are the insoles, and then they have the white Jumpman, as you can see. I feel like they went a little too heavy on the blue with these, and I do feel that way about a lot of pairs. I actually wish they would stop this blue tint stuff and just make the soles clear for most of these pairs, but it's whatever. Now, obviously, my other pairs have yellowed from age, actually pretty badly on the 01s. But if you look past that and you look at all of them next to each other, you'll see that there's really no difference at all other than the yellowing and the, blue tint on these. And these used to be blue. You can't even tell no more. Like, I used to joke and say, yo, my 2010 is going to turn green. They low-key did, but the bottom's almost orange. I don't know what the hell happened here. I'm not the original owner of these. I actually sold my 2010s because I had the originals. Once these got so yellow, I'm like, chill, I need these back. So I actually bought these off of somebody at SneakerCon, and I don't know how they got like this. But I've seen other pairs like this, so it's not like he was just doing something weird. It's just how they are. Here's the box. Now, the first thing I thought of when I saw this is it's going to be so much easier to get these out of here than it was getting the 2010s out of this box. I mean, I love this box. I thought they were cool, but doing all of this and taking the thing out, it was OD. So I do appreciate this. My only complaint is that the box is pretty flimsy. So somebody who stacks their boxes like me, like, it's not too convenient because you got to put it on the top so it won't crush or anything, but it's whatever. That's not a big deal. It's actually the same box that we got the Concords in, just in gray. The label's a little different, as you can see, but the top and everything is the same. And here's the box label. Retail for men's size is going to be $225 USD, and I believe it's going to be $185 for GS, but don't quote me on that because that's really just an educated guess, to be honest. All right, here's a quick all-around view of the shoe. All right, let's see how they look on feet.
They ain't asked for this, they ain't know they needed it. Nothing on my mind but pussy, money, sneaker shit. Spend it all now, get it back in like a week and shit. Collect the work, hope it's grade A, I'm on some teacher shit. Good student, sometimes I chill with the bad kids. Really doing shit taught me more than the class did. I place the numbers on the table like a math quiz.
Now, before we start discussing these, I want to let y'all know that I got this t-shirt that I'm wearing from Into the AM. I get a lot of graphic tees and stuff from them. Shirts are very comfortable and the prices are great. So check out their website once you're done watching this video, and if you want to cop something, make sure you use my discount code MCHECKS to receive 10% off your entire order. Alright, now let's talk about these cool grays. These are a must cop for me. Well, obviously I'm keeping them, I just wore them, but they definitely get my approval. I like them better than the 2010 pair, I think. Definitely doubling up, might even triple up, to be honest. As far as copping these, even though everybody and their mama's gonna want a pair, they should be pretty easy to get. Because if you didn't already know, Jordan Brand releases a high top pair of 11s every December for the holidays, and they always make a whole lot of pairs. That way it's not as hard for people to get pairs for gifts. Think about the Jubilees, 2019 Breads, 2018 Concords, like all of those were kind of easy to get on their release day, and I feel like these will end up being the same way. This is a good shoe to flip if you're going to sell to somebody directly. If you got any local clientele, even if they're not local, if there's somebody that you go through directly, even if you got to ship them to them and they're going to pay for shipping, those are the type of people that you want to sell these to. Because they're making so many pairs of these, there's going to be a lot of people trying to resell them, which means there's going to be a lot of sellers competition. So because of that, the resale price on these isn't going to be that crazy right away. Like, I don't think these are going to be going for much more than like 300 after release. Maybe like 320, 330, but that's at the most, I think. These could easily go down to like 290, 280, maybe even 270, 260. I have a feeling they're going to stay a lot closer to 300, but I wouldn't be surprised if they drop down that low. Obviously, it might take a couple of weeks to do that, but either way, if you sell on GOAT or StockX or in any way where another party is taking a percentage of your sale, it's kind of not even really worth it to sell these. I mean, you'll make a little bit of money, but retail is $225 on men pairs. So even if you were to sell them at $300, you only making $75 without any fees taken out. So if price goes below $300 and you got to get a fee taken out, like at that point, I would just hold them because these are going to be a good hold. You know, classic colorway like this is definitely going to be a good hold. These are probably going to take a couple of years to get to their peak price, but if you have the patience and the money, I think it's a good idea. These easily reach 400, 500, 600, just like other Jordan 11s in the classic colorways end up being. But good luck to everybody who's trying to cop a pair of these for yourselves. I wish you the best of luck in getting them in your size for retail. If this video was helpful or informative, I really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Also, if you're interested in more early reviews or other sneaker related content, do us both a favor and subscribe to my channel. Just make sure you tap that little bell icon and turn all my video notifications on. That way when I put a new review out, you'll get notified right away and you won't miss out on anything. Thank you all for watching. Everybody, please stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you next time.